I think the greatest testament to Genewize and whether or not it had an impact on how I felt would be the times where I did travel for a long period of time and perhaps didn't pack it. I knew I didn't. I knew I wasn't taking it. So clearly I think from my vantage point, it's made a big difference in my life, in my energy, in my health. In fact, I had just said recently that I hadn't been sick in quite some time since I took the job, and certainly I was on the verge of exhaustion, and with the transition with my family to Miami and a new job and new responsibilities, and we've really worked hard. So I was impressed with that.
You know, one of the things I found interesting about the product, and more so about the concept, because being a professional football player, you come from locker rooms, and even this is today, 2012, where you go into 98% of the locker rooms, and it's just a bunch of vitamins, all in a drawer, and everybody just takes them. One size fits all. And we actually, because we're all kind of victims of marketing, we all kind of grew up with the commercials of one-a-day vitamins. Say, all of us take this one vitamin, and we're all going to feel good, and we're all going to be healthy. And I started thinking, if you really think about that, if you really are analytical about it, we're all unique as humans. We're all our bodies are our temples, and there's something special about all of us. And we all have different, unique genetic things going on within us. And to think that I need the same vitamin as you, as my kids, as your kids, as a woman, as somebody a couple years older than me, younger than me. It really is a unsustainable, inaccurate assumption. And when you start thinking about the ability to have your own customized, personalized wellness and product for your health, to give yourself the best chance of optimizing your body and optimizing your health, it really makes sense.
I started taking it, good question, started taking it, and like 3.5 weeks, I had 5 knee operations on my left knee and 1 on my right. So I tell you, if I went running, I had to take 3-4 days off for recovery. That was my recovery because my knee was swell up, sore. I mean, I couldn't even walk up my steps in the house. But being an athlete, I'm still gonna put my work in because my body need that training. I mean, it goes back when I first started training for the Olympics and football, that no matter how much pain the body's in, there's time they still gotta keep going. So, especially when I'm now on the post end of my career, and my body, meaning I see my body changing. So I gotta go out there and still put the work in. So I did. And so after like 3.5 weeks, I noticed that 3-4 days that I normally take off, I said, wow, wait a minute. My knee is not sore like it used to be. Like, I couldn't cross my knee like this 3.5 years ago. There's no way. I had total knee reconstruction, and it left a lot of pain and arthritis and stuff in it. So I noticed that I didn't get a lot of swelling. So I went out the next day. I'm gonna put this really to a test because I want to know. No one knows my body like I do. So I went back out the next day and ran. No more swelling. I said, wait a minute. So I ran the next day. Been running ever since. No pain. Now this is my story. This is my story, and this is what's happened to me personally that I noticed. Rotator cuff. I used to have pain that I had to like watch, raise my hand and reach something in the cabinet. I had to get it to a point. Then I can reach beyond that point when it doesn't pop out of place. I don't have that problem anymore, of the soreness in that. And then I, at the post of my career, I put on like 45, 50 pounds. And I was miserable at the time because after a career, athlete's career, there's a void that they strive to fulfill. And you're gonna fulfill it with something positive or negative. And what I did was I was trying to find out, rediscover myself. What do I want to do? I don't have no more fans. I don't have no more cheerleaders. I don't have no more coaches. What is it that I want to do now? Within that time, that's when I gained the weight. But I started taking the product, and after I was on the product like 3-4 months, I saw the weight going off, and I lost all the weight that I gained, and I'm back to my playing weight than when I played, and I'm talking about 25, 30 years ago.
You know, when you end up getting your product, first, I travel a lot. So from the simplicity side of it, to not have to pay attention and pack 20 to 30 different things and different amounts, and just to have your one vitamin that you take regularly, daily, just from a simplicity standpoint, was fantastic. But also, just coupled with exercise and coupled with trying to do the right things, and coupled with the vitamins and having the right amounts of the vitamins. Because sometimes I learned that just because you take vitamins in excess doesn't mean that that's helpful to you. So the proper amounts customized for my specific body, I just found that I was feeling better, more energy, looking forward to working out more, as opposed to when I wasn't part of the program.
In our business, most of your toolbox revolves around your body, and certainly that's our greatest asset. We always say, you know, your body is your commodity, you know, and at the end of the day, you have to take care of that. You have to be in optimum health. You can't perform at the level that you would want to perform, at the level that your team needs you to perform, if you're not taking care of your body, or if you're not healthy, or if you're on injury reserve, so to speak. So I think obviously this product is one way to do that, because we all have difficult schedules, whether you're in the NFL and you're traveling from city to city, or you have to go through grueling practices or meeting schedule, and then you also have a family at home, or you're a college student athlete, like our young people at the University of Miami, who are going to a top 40 institution all day, but then also asked to compete at the highest level off the field. I think certainly, not that there's any shortcuts, but I think certainly having a personalized and individualized nutritional supplement is one way to get from point A to point B very effectively.
I think when I first started, you know, you always have, you're sitting there and you're saying to yourself, Forrest, you know, is this really gonna, you know, good? But what happened is I isolated myself to only take that product, which, you know how you feel in the morning, you know how you go to bed, you know how you wake up. So when you started to take it and really started to get involved, you're like, wait a minute, I don't feel fatigued, or I think better, or I'm not as stressed, all of these things start to kick in. And you're sitting there and you say to yourself, because once you clean your system out, and because I do a lot of like flushing systems, I do a lot of cleansing methods to really, before I start on any new product, I always cleanse myself totally from the inside. And then once I went back and started doing it, I started saying, wow. And then all of the things that, you know, once you read the thing, you see what's all in there, see what you're getting. That alone, you don't have to be like a rocket scientist to figure what you're reading. If all of that's going in me, I'm becoming a better person. And that's when I took that and started to piece it here and started feeling that, started feeling my energy, started feeling my focus, started feeling my stress level down. I was like, I think this works. Like, I think this really works. Like, all jokes aside, like, all athletes, I'm telling all my friends about this, because like, this is the next thing, like this next hot thing. And that's what, for me, I don't like to sell nothing that I don't try. You know, because it's one thing to sell something is trying to get something. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I'm just trying to tell you what my lifestyle is. And this is what I added to my lifestyle that helps me. So if it helps you the way it helps me, then guess what? We both win. But I'm gonna do it anyway, you know, and I'm gonna carry it on anyway. And that's kind of been my message to most athletes and people that I've been bumping into.